Disney presents...
From place to place, someday he'd find a home. There was no hurry, changing day by day. He soon became completely gray. He turned gray, although he did not have a worry. Then el Blanco caught the eye of some coyotes passing by. Though they wished to get no feeder, they were hungry and of course they might be forced to eat. And so el Blanco did not care to stay for dinner. Blanco, el Blanco, running off the ground where no coyotes are around. Perhaps a joke where you can hide. Where to now, el Blanco? That's the question you must now decide.
There, you see? The coyotes are chasing the horse. And they want to eat him, too. The coyotes were hungry, but they were not stupid. Chasing a horse took a lot of imagination, but arguing with an alligator simply would not be realistic. Now watch this. This is going to be very close.
Go, el Blanco!
Faster, el Blanco!
Hurry up, el Blanco, hurry up!
You can do it! You can do it, el Blanco!
Look out! Look out, el Blanco!
Come on! Hurry up! Hurry up!
He made it. El Blanco knew he had almost ended up inside that big ugly mouth full of teeth. Naturally, he was very happy. Now all he had to do was go back to his meadow. The alligators were just hoping he would come in swimming again. Oh, no. He was much too smart for that. He would find another way back. He was in for a big surprise. You'll never believe this, but there was only one island in that whole river, and he was on it. And the alligators were all around it. Well, if he could not find a way to leave, he had to find a place to live. In the center of the jungle, he found a little clearing with palm tree paneling and wall-to-wall grass. It was a fine home for a horse. In no time at all, he had settled into the quiet, peaceful routine of island living. It was very dull. There was no place to go. And everybody was just itching for something to do. So everybody scratched, just for something to do. one day there was the first running of the jungle handicap. Now everybody knows that to have a horse race, you need more than one horse. Well, the monkeys had waited a long time for another horse to show up, but it never happened. Finally, they just held the race anyway. This monkey business with the horse took the whole island by surprise. Even the papagayos did a double take, and some of them were rolling in the aisles. The next thing you know, El Blanco found he had another monkey on his back. He hoped this was not going to be habit forming. Carrying monkeys around was all very nice. But to be a good rain god, you have to know how to fight. And El Blanco was just about to get his first lesson from the meanest teacher in all the jungle. The jaguar. That sneaky jaguar had slipped so quietly into the water that when the alligators finally saw him, it was too late to catch him. He did that to them all the time. It was very aggravating. Well, obviously El Blanco could not fly away or climb a tree, so he went back to his clearing. He did not know what was coming, but when it came, at least he could see it come. The jaguar is the worst spoolie bad guy in the whole jungle. He is antisocial. He will fight anybody, and he had never lost a fight yet. El Blanco didn't see any sense in running away. There was nowhere to run on the island anyway. He might as well get it over with right here.
the jungle cat. He won't return, be sure of that. So now enjoy the peace that you have earned. Live and grow, El Blanco. Don't forget the lessons you have learned. Well, the island life was good. El Blanco grew up as he should. Became the great white stallion, proud and bold and handsome. Flowing mane and big brown eyes, and muscles strong from exercise. And every day he walked and trotted and he ran some. But in time he grew upset. He was a happy horse and yet a voice was calling and inside it made him quiver. He was needed far away. He'd have to leave this very day. But first he'd have to face the danger in the river. El Blanco, El Blanco. You're no baby anymore. Swim, swim. You're swimming better than before. Go, go. But alligators too are very fast. Go, 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 El Blanco. Now you're safe and going home at last.
Stay tuned. Walt Disney Presents will be right back. And now, a Disney moment from inside Walt Disney.
So, it's you, huh?
Yeah, it's me, I guess.
All alone, without your dog.
Yeah, all alone.
You know, I used to have a little cat once. And when it was left all alone, it'd cry, meow.
Cut. Take one.
Hey, you. Did you see a mutt and a little runt around here?
Yeah, they went...
They went that way. Thanks, conductor. Conductor? But that's me!
Take one.
Hey, Pluto, there she comes!
To see classic Disney animation, watch the Ink and Paint Club every morning at 5, 4 Central, inside Walt Disney.
This is not Christopher Columbus.
2, 3, 4, 5.
This is not Madame Curie. This is not Lewis. This is not Clark. This is Kevin Brooks' kindergarten class.
What are the tadpoles going to turn into, guys?
And this is a child learning.
Are there any birds in here?
When you build a child's curiosity,
I think they're sleeping.
they discover a whole new world.
This is the power of learning.
And now, back to Walt Disney Presents, right here on Disney.
El Blanco didn't even stop to wave goodbye. And pretty soon he was clear out of the jungle and on his way back to the little valley. He knew where it was because of the voices.
El Blanco, El Blanco.
You know every legend has to have some mysterious voices, calling somebody somewhere. So here they are.
El Blanco, El Blanco, El Blanco.
The further he ran, the closer he came to his goal. You would think there was nothing that could stop him now, but there was. After all, he was a stallion. And a stallion should have a herd of mares to lead. These mares already had a leader, so El Blanco politely suggested that he go find himself another herd. But you know what? That black horse would rather fight than switch.
Be careful, El Blanco.
Come on, El Blanco.
Eso, Blanco, apúrate.
Sígueme, El Blanco.
Blanco.
Black horse had put up a good fight. But you know how it is with wild horses. The best man always wins the herd. El Blanco must hurry and tell these lucky mares the good news.
Ole, ole, El Blanco!
Good. Now he would give them the bad news. The honeymoon was over.
So El Blanco took the herd, and they ran off like they were spurred. And there was not one bit of lagging or complaining. As they ran, the lightning flashed, and as they raced, the thunder crashed. And this is what you would expect when it is raining. When the echo saw the rain, he knew his hopes were not in vain. And now the old man's heart was full of joy and laughter. As the rain began to pour, the echo thought that nevermore could he be anything but happy ever after. El Blanco. But Lopez rode in again. He found the echo's house and then he said,
I'm back, old man, to make some easy money. Tell me where the horses are. I know they can't be very far. You better answer me at once and don't be funny.
El Viejo tried to say the horses went the other way, while all the time the mares were right there with El Blanco. Then Lopez began to stir, and when he saw the horses there, he cried,
Agua! Now there is money in the banco.
That villain Lopez. He knew there was only one pass into the valley, so right in the middle of it he built a trap. Now that white stallion and his herd could not escape. All he had to do was round them up.
Here he comes El Blanco, take the mares and make you get away.
Naturally, El Blanco could not remember Lopez, but he did not look like a man that a horse could trust. Lopez was hunting by himself, and now it was his turn to hear the voices.
Money, money.
Well, of course, money. That was the whole idea. But first, where did the horses go? Blanco led the herd in a little game of hide and seek. And the horses were always hiding in one place while the horse hunter was seeking in another. He had been hunting horses all his life, but Lopez had never before found a herd that he could not find. Lopez spent the whole day riding, and he didn't get anywhere. That night he made camp in the pass where he could keep an eye on his trap. Mañana he would hunt again. By the time the moon came up, the herd was on the move again. And this time El Blanco was leading the way to the pass. After all, there wasn't room for horses and a horse hunter in the same valley, so the horses were leaving. Such a good leader would never allow his mares to be trapped. But he could not be sure it was a trap unless he went in to see. See, it was a trap, all right. He had better get out of here quick. Lopez knew he must hurry and try to calm this great white stallion. He did not want such an expensive horse to injure himself. Well, El Blanco had been looking for a chance to show how strong he was, and here it was. Caramba! Lopez could not understand. He had built many traps in his life, and not one had ever failed before. Well, no wonder. His strong trap had been made weak by a sharp machete. Lopez decided he had better have a little talk with the owner of the only machete in the valley. The white stallion and his herd were much too valuable to lose because of an old man's crazy ideas. He, Lopez, was a dealer in horses, not legends. The old gods were gone forever, vanished into dust. And Viejo might soon join them if he tried to interfere one more time. Viejo certainly did not want to get tossed in the air and shot, like that poor rock. Maybe he should wait and see what happened. There was only one water hole in the valley, and now that wicked Lopez used it as a weapon against El Blanco and the herd. The sun did all the work. That lazy Lopez, he just camped beside the spring and kept the horses away. Now you would think that a rain god would simply make a big cloud burst and give everybody a drink. But El Blanco couldn't do that until he conquered Lopez, the unbeliever. So all he could do was stand on the ledge, like any other horse, and get thirstier. After 4 days, Lopez pretended he was riding away. But he wasn't. that the horses would drink and drink until they became waterlogged. Inside, you know. Then they would not be able to run away. Blanco tried to get the man to chase him. But Lopez had always believed that a herd in the hand is worth the stallion in the brush. In no time at all, Lopez was feeling very happy about the whole thing. After all, had he not captured a fine herd of mares? And as soon as they were in the corral, it would be the white stallion's turn. Once again, El Blanco tried to get lost in the valley's hiding places. But this time, Lopez knew where the hiding places were. Sometimes he even got there first. For a minute, El Blanco didn't know whether Lopez was coming or going. There was only one hiding place left for El Blanco to try. Besides, he wanted to have a drink from the little one-horse spring that once supplied the temple. Aha! Lopez had him now. He could see just where the long trail ended. Ordinary wild horse is supposed to fight the rope, but El Blanco, he fought the man. And Lopez could not handle such a horse. Against a stallion like El Blanco, a snagged rope could not hold for long. But it was long enough. El Blanco had overcome his last enemy.
When the angry horse was free, Lopez was worried, naturally, for he was certain there was nothing that could save him. But El Blanco left him there. He did not harm a single hair. He did what any God would do. He just forgave him. Now Lopez could feel alive. El Blanco was a God, and so
So he said, old man, I like this rainy weather. Since you are so old and worn, I think I help you grow the corn. And with the horses, you and I will live together. El Blanco, el Blanco. Life has finally turned out good. You're in a perfect neighborhood to raise a family nevermore. Happy days, El Blanco. Make the rain and make yourself at home. Yeah, cha, 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 El Blanco.
I've always said if you're going to use an applause track, make it a good one.